Hi everyone, I'm Anil Sir, your guide at Student Care Center. Get ready for engaging, informative, and fun filled educational videos that will make learning a breeze. Join me on this exciting journey as we dive into the fascinating topics together. So let's get started.
Ever wondered how many types of four-sided figures or quadrilaterals exist in geometry? Welcome to a world where shapes have names, properties, and identities. In this realm, we're going to explore the fascinating family of quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals, as the name suggests, are geometric figures with four sides, but oh, how diverse this family is. From the symmetrical square to the lopsided kite, each member has its own distinct characteristics. But why should we learn about these different types of quadrilaterals? Well, understanding these shapes and their properties is a significant part of geometry. It helps us make sense of the world around us, from the layout of city streets to the design of your favorite board games. Throughout this video, we'll delve deeper into the varied types of quadrilaterals, including parallelograms, rhombuses, rectangles, squares, kites, trapeziums, and more. We'll also discuss the concepts of diagonals and convex and concave quadrilaterals. By the end of this video, you will be able to distinguish between different types of quadrilaterals and understand their unique properties. Firstly, let's dive into the world of parallelograms, rectangles, and squares. These are all types of quadrilaterals, which is just a fancy term for a shape with four sides, but each has its own unique properties that set it apart. Let's start with parallelograms. Picture a shape with two pairs of parallel sides. That's a parallelogram. It has opposing sides that are equal in length and angles that are equal across from each other. Now imagine if you could take those parallel lines and shift them so all angles become right angles. Voila, that's a rectangle. Rectangles are a special kind of parallelogram where all four angles are right angles. This means that not only are the opposite sides equal and parallel, but all four corners are nice and square, each measuring 90 degrees. So every rectangle is a parallelogram, but not every parallelogram is a rectangle. Interesting, isn't it? Now let's take it a step further. What if we have a rectangle, but all four sides are the same length? Well, then we have a square. A square is a special type of rectangle where all sides are equal. So every square is a rectangle and a parallelogram, but not every rectangle or parallelogram is a square. So, to recap, a parallelogram has two pairs of parallel sides. A rectangle is a parallelogram with right angles, and a square is a rectangle with all sides equal. These are all types of quadrilaterals, each with their own unique properties. But there's more to the quadrilateral family than just these three. There are also rhombuses, kites, and trapeziums, each with their own unique sets of properties. And then there are convex and concave quadrilaterals, which can be a bit trickier to understand. Now that you've mastered parallelograms, rectangles, and squares, let's move on to more complex quadrilaterals. Ready to tackle rhombuses, kites, and trapeziums? Let's dive right in. A rhombus is a special type of parallelogram where all four sides are of equal length. It has diagonals that are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Moving on to kites, these are quadrilaterals with two pairs of adjacent sides that are equal. The diagonals of a kite intersect at a right angle, but they are not always equal in length. Next, we have the trapezium, also known as a trapezoid. This quirky shape has only one pair of parallel sides. The diagonals of a trapezium are not always equal, but in an isosceles trapezium they are. Now, let's touch on convex and concave quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is convex if all its interior angles are less than 180 degrees, and concave if at least one of its angles is more than 180 degrees. Diagonals play a crucial role in defining these shapes and their properties. With this knowledge, you are now well equipped to identify and understand all types of quadrilaterals. Now, how about a quick recap of what we've learned? We've dived deep into the world of quadrilaterals, exploring their diverse types and unique properties. We started with parallelograms, rectangles, and squares, all of which have their own distinctive characteristics. Next, we delved into rhombuses and kites. Remember how each of these shapes are defined by their sides and angles? And let's not forget about the trapezium, with its one pair of parallel sides. We also discussed the fascinating concepts of convex and concave quadrilaterals and how they warp our usual understanding of these four-sided figures. Lastly, we looked at the role of diagonals. which often reveal surprising properties about our quadrilaterals. Remember, practice makes perfect. Keep exploring these shapes in your everyday life. For more help, reach out to Student Care Center at 9999060986. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and drop a comment. Together we can make learning fun and easy.